Right. Okay, so you'll see there's a lot of screens going on here. I did do a handout. So does everyone have a handout? I never do handouts, and I only did this handout because my wife told me to. So I did this. That's why I was up so late, so I put that together. So hopefully this is where it's at. If you have any questions, you can always reach out to me directly. I'm going to go demo on this. I'm not going to get into the mechanics, and if we get, and I do encourage questions, but if it gets too deep in the weeds, we can just talk about it afterwards. But I want the interaction. So if you find something you like or don't like, it's like, oh, what is that? I definitely want to hear it. So this is the guide that I put out there. If you're wondering, all done by AI. I used actually ChatGPT for this. It's what they call a work folder. And I said, okay, here's my speech I'm going to do tomorrow, and give me a handout. I need to have a little notes section. So it did everything, created a Word document, and then I went ahead and did this. You do see that there's a Great Dane on my screen. That's his Beowulf. So I have right now ChatGPT added this cool little feature where you can add a pet on your screen when you open ChatGPT. But these are like geeks, so it's like a programmer pet. And it said, well, you can also put your own personal pet if you want to. So I had all these pictures of Beowulf. So it made me my Beowulf, which if you know about Great Danes, they love being next to you 24/7. He's on me just day and night.
He never runs that fast.
Yeah, he doesn't run that fast at all. All right, so the handouts are there, and take some copious notes, and we're going to enjoy the show here. So I know a few people came in. For my benefit, so who has a paid version of an AI service? Okay. And now, one thing, if I can encourage you, just pick one of the two and just pay the $20. It's going to be money well spent. A lot of these features that I'm going to show you are going to require a paid edition. So if you go with the paid Claude, with a paid OpenAI, the ChatGPT, now ChatGPT, for my experience, is usually the best for real estate agents. It tends to be the easiest. It's kind of like the iPhone for older people. Just think of it that way. And Android for others, same thing. Claude can do a lot more, and it can go really, really high level if you want to. But I encourage you, if anything from today, pay the subscription. It's not going to go away. It's going to become more and more in your business, in your life, and that type of thing. And one thing that I don't take for granted is that when I do speak to groups, I've been in it for about 2.5 years, just nonstop AI. And it may just explain why I'm here up front too. So for those who don't know me, I'm a bit unique in the space. So I'm a real estate broker. My wife Courtney sells for Harcourt Hunter Mason Realty. I'm a high producing broker. I also own a property management company, so I'm an expert in tenancy. I just started HOA management. I have hundreds and hundreds of units around. I'll have our own personal portfolio, mostly in old Torrance. And I used to work for the California Association of Realtors. And way, way back when I was a young lad, I helped start Realtor.com. So I was always in the realtor space. Pandemic, or the whole financial crisis happened. Then I became an REO broker for Aquin. I've lost count after 8,000 sales nationwide. I held a whole staff in there. So my background, and my last job was Auction.com as a vice president. And then I took my payout, became too expensive, and I figured, I'm going to sell real estate. This stuff's easy, because I've been doing it for commercially. And boy, was I wrong. It is so hard. So I've been independent for about 6 years now. 2 of those years I fought it. I was trying to get that Chick-fil-A lunch, but I couldn't get back into corporate. So I've been selling nonstop, and my focus is multifamily. Additionally, because I love technology and I've always done it, when AI started to happen, I felt the same thing I did when I saw with the internet. Because I was the guy for CAR that went, and for those who have been in selling real estate for a while, do you remember the MLS books? Okay, so for those who don't know this, before Realtor.com or Zillow, MLS listings were in phone books. And you had to go to the real estate office to get the information. And I was a person that went there and told them that there's a thing called the internet, and we have to consider it. And as an association, we want to put this online for free, and because we're concerned with some other companies and some other competitors out there. We had Microsoft considering it through Home Advisor, and then at the time, a small company called Zillow. So we were right, and we put that in there. So all what I felt and what I saw back in that day, I felt the same thing with AI. So I went all into it. And I've been speaking internationally on AI to CEOs. I've written a book already, which is out of date. It's like I have to redo it again. So that's kind of my background. So I have a very unique set of skills when it comes to AI and real estate. So I am your people. I do sell day in day. I understand it very well. But I also understand the technology part of it equally as well too. So that's what makes me why I'm up here with you. Okay, so let's go into the demo. Now, the first one we're going to do is property descriptions. Who's writing their own property descriptions? Who uses AI to write your property description for those things? Yes, you should. Now, a lot of people, when they do property descriptions, so I'm going to go ahead and show you right now I'm going to go log into ChatGPT. So I'm going to go live on the browsers. A lot of people use the browser. You can have the application. And my ChatGPT will be a little bit different than yours. So a lot of times when you do a property description, what I first recommend, we go to the MLS and make sure you get the property details from the tax records. So using this document, I have a lease listing right now on PV 5500. Anybody has a good tenant, send them my way. And this property, I'm just going to take this and say, write me a property description. So you take now, one thing about AI is you can drag documents onto it, right? So I'm going to go ahead and take this, I'm going to drag it to this and say, okay, write me a property description. Now, the ChatGPT, I have some skills that I have Zillow connected to it. So it's searching Zillow as we're working this. So you're kind of wondering, it's like, how is it going to write a property description? So it's fully connected to the internet. It's connected to Zillow. And here it came up with, welcome to 28845 Briarhurst Drive, a single-level home in the desirable Los Verdes neighborhood, a Rancho Palos Verdes, 3-bedroom, 2-bath. And it has all this access information. It did that just with that one thing. So one thing that I see a lot of agents do is they'll just do what I just showed you. I don't do that. I take it to the next level. So what I recommend is instead to give it some additional kind of guidance. So if you remember this, your prompts and your output from AI will be next, like the best thing ever compared to anybody else. It's a matter of context, meaning that you want to give it some, like, okay, this is what I want you to use the information on. Here's a playbook. Here's context on what I want you to do. In this case, I want AI to write me a great property description. Now, AI is also an optical reader. I can give it pictures, and it can read those pictures. It can read text in the pictures. It can take photos, and it will tell me exactly what's in my listings. And it will do all that for me. Again, that's context. So when I do this, instead, I'm going to use a bit of a different prompt. This is all available. And one thing, too, you can take your notes. I have everything available in multiple spots. I have a site, techtony.co. It's under links and resources. The handouts are here. So everything that I talk about is on my website when I do speaking. Again, this whole site was created by AI. I don't do any more programming. It completely updates everything. So the links that we're going to talk about, all here for you. So it's techtony.co, not com, because that one's, if I wanted to buy that, it's $5,000, and I'm not going to pay $5,000 for a URL. So that is there. So we're going to go write property description. So instead, I'm going to go ahead and start a new session. And the reason why I'm doing a new chat is think of it as it resets that. And instead, I'm going to go ahead, okay, we're going to use this prompt. Let me go ahead and open my Obsidian here. And we're going to use that you are my real estate marketing department using this property information, create my MLS description, Zillow description, Instagram caption, Facebook post, 30-second video script, just listed email, open house invitation, and 3 text messages I can send potential buyers. Do not invent property features. So this is just, it's my marketing department because I want to save time. So whenever I do things, I don't just do it once. Instead, I try to kind of get all of it because I'm in a session with it, so it's already fresh. The memory's fresh in it. Have you ever gone to AI? Sometimes it doesn't remember, right, the last things, and it's a little hard to work with. But instead, I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing, and this time I'm going to take that property details, drag it in there, and this is all live. So again, we're at the mercy of the internet gods, so this can go up or down, so we're doing pretty good so far. And it can read PDF documents. It can read images. Anything you attach to it, it can read it. And I'm going to go ahead and click enter here, or submit. It's now looking. And here it goes with it, MLS description. It has my Zillow description, my Instagram caption, Facebook post, 30-second video script, my just listed email, my open house invitations, and my text message responses. So instead of just doing the property description, what a lot of people typically do, I'm saying do it all. Just say, here's a prompt. If you have your Facebook, why aren't you putting it on Facebook? Why aren't you putting it on Instagram? Just do that. Now the next thing that I do, the scale up, or what I'm showing here, is when I do this, I add that. I also add some of I'll do a search in the MLS and like kind properties, I'll also put it there, because again, it's all about context. And if I have the photos, and if I don't have the photos, I'll take pictures while I'm there in my listings. And I'll just add the photos there. So now I'm going to say, okay, let's use that same description, but instead I'm going to give it some pictures. And these are some of the photos that I have for the listing. So these are some of the photos. You can kind of get an idea of the property and whatnot. And what I do take a lot is of the features of the property. And this one happens to have an amazing ocean view. It's just absolutely gorgeous. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go ahead and take all of this, and I'm just selecting all of it. And I'm going to drag it onto the screen here. And now it has to be in a JPEG format for the browser. If you're on the device, you can do HEC, which is the default for iPhone. So now I have this, and I'm going to go ahead and say, okay, I'm going to use that same prompt that we had before, but I'm going to change one thing to it. And I'm going to use the photos. So analyze these listing photos, identify the 5 strongest selling features, recommend which photos should be first in the MLS, and we'll write marketing copy around what buyers are most likely to notice. So now what I've done is I've added this to it. And again, I started a new session. So it kind of remembers a little bit of it, but not all of it. And I'm going to tap enter, and now it's blazing fast. So you're going to hear terms. If you really want to impress people at cocktail parties, this is called a frontier model. This model requires a huge room of super, super powerful computers. You cannot have these models on your computer. So here it goes. Tony, I reviewed the photo property report and all 15 listing photos. I kept the comp strictly to features supported by the report or clearly visible in the photography. So it's looked at the pictures, it kept the features, and then it started going there. 5 strongest feature. Pick this up. I didn't even tell it. Ocean view, large backyard. We know that instinctively as agents. Ocean view is the whole thing. Peekaboo views, or this one actually has views from the backyard. And marketing, enjoy ocean views from a spacious Rancho Palos Verdes backyard with room to relax, entertain, garden, or create your own outdoor retreat. And then it goes single story floor plan, updated kitchen, MLS lead photo, use image. I had a panoramic image suggesting use that. And then it goes ahead, welcome to Rancho Palos Verdes, set on 87 square foot, the single story home with 3 bedrooms and approximately 1460 square foot. And it kind of goes here, ocean view, a large backyard, single story living in Rancho Palos Verdes. Now, one thing I do want to caution you is that you cannot rely on AI 100%. Even as much as I love these things and I have all these tools to automate everything I do, I purposely have everything go through me because it's my license, my broker's information on the line. So I review it. You are required to review this before you put it on there because even though I have a lot of filters and it's pretty smart, there might be some verbiage that we're not allowed to do, right? So whatever you see here, this is great, but still read it. Just don't copy and paste. Read it, make sure you're not going to get in trouble for fair housing, those type of things, okay? And so far it looks pretty good. Instagram caption, so that type of thing. So I'm going to pause here because I kind of threw this right at you, and I see that a lot of you are kind of just dazed. Any questions on this? Who has done this? You. Okay. Tell me how your experience on it. So that's a great criticism. So what she brought up is that he used the same words or words that don't seem really common to something that you would use. This is perfectly, that does this. So what I do is you can provide it a playbook. So here's a sample of how I write. Or when you write these descriptions, you just make one time. You can even tell AI to do it. It's like, give me a context or a playbook for writing property descriptions to not use AI slop. I hate EM dashes. I can tell right away if I see a long EM dash, those are the long dashes, it was written by somebody using AI, And then you can use AI writers to actually tell it's not written properly. So that's a great criticism. And the way I get around it is I give my bots, this is how I write. It's already analyzed my writing style, and I give it a job. You are a property description, because you can give them jobs. And then you just include that as part of your drop-in, the PDF, and you'll never have that ever again. Great. All right, cool. How's the speed? Quicker or slower? Okay, good. All right, so let's move on. So that's number one. And we have, for number two, is on, that's property description, is market reports. So a lot of times when you do market reports, again, you go on the MLS, because it's the most common question you're going to get. It's like, how's the market, right? And what I recommend to do is you'll go here and you'll do this kind of search here. Let me go with this. Sorry, I get the multiple screens here. And like write a market report for Torrance. Again, what's nice about ChatGPT and others, especially ChatGPT, it's a bit better because it's connected to the internet quite a bit. Start a new session. And it's going to search the internet and will give me a market report that I can then take this and then put it out, provide it to my client, whatnot. And it's searching right now. And it's searching the web, as you can see here. It's looking to market, and it's actually searching Zillow and a bunch of other sites. And here's my Torrance real estate market. Torrance real estate market is entering the second half of the summer with more inventory, longer market times. And it pulls these metrics, and it's from the MLS, excuse me, because it's from Zillow. And it just kind of goes over and over again. And it's pretty good. But that was just a little bit of guidance, right? So what I usually do, again, is give it a bit more. And instead, I'll say research the current housing market in Manhattan, or you can say Manhattan Beach or whatever, compare inventory, pricing, mortgage rates, and recent trends, identify 3 things homeowners should know, then create a seller presentation and a one-page market update. This was going to take a little time, so I already did this last night. And I did that report, and it came back with, this is the PDF, created a PDF document, already like a little slideshow ready to go. This is all created by AI. It came back with, and it searched everything. And again, if I were to go ahead and provide an MLS, this is what's going on in that particular city, it would then use it as context. So when you do these prompts and you're asking AI, what I'm suggesting is you become a little bit more detailed and expand it. It can handle it. So you just want to ask, especially if you're going to be doing one thing or another, you're going to have a conversation with a client, like what's going on. So because we have a number of listings, some listings are not selling because they overpriced it. And we have to have those difficult conversations. But the way we have that difficult conversation is that we provide reports ahead of time to give them an idea of what's going on in the market, so they know precisely what's going on in the market, my clients. So that's one way to go about doing that. So this is all done by it. It just did a nice little report. It creates PowerPoint files. It's amazing what it can do. And this is a market analysis form it just did through Word. And this is something that it created a one-pager for me, ready to go, and it has all the content ready to go. Yes, ma'am?
You talked about vetting the information, the output that it gives you.
Right.
For the market reports, how are you checking what it's
So it depends upon the source of it. So you always have the disclaimer. With MLS information, it's always across, it moves back and forth because it doesn't stay static because you can have a sale or whatnot. You will have to, ideally you want to know kind of what's going on, so you should know your market. You should have understand that, okay, this feels about right. This is what I'm seeing. But sometimes it has something like, say you have a property that sells that just throws everything off. And you want to know that. So this is fair, but you should, again, read it. And if it seems right, then go ahead and post it out. But you really should understand what you're doing for your market-wise. Yes, ma'am?
So, Tony, what is the prompt? Is it give me a market report of Torrance, or what specifically? What are the parameters?
It's all it is, and again, I'll provide it to you. It's on the website. It's like it right here. I'll show it to you. It's before you just write a market report. The real quick one I did, which did a fair job. What I'm saying is that research the current housing market in city, right, in Torrance. Compare inventory pricing, mortgage rates, and recent trends. Identify 3 things homeowners should know. Then create a seller presentation and a one-page market update. And this, if you don't give it any context, it's searching just from the internet. But if you did a search, like all the current sales, everything coming soon, everything that's on the market, everything that's sold in the past 6 months, and you were to provide that as a PDF document to this inventory, the content becomes even better. because now I've given it context a lot. Because how many people have given these market reports or CMA analysis from the MLS to our clients? They have no idea how to ingest it. They're not real estate professionals. They just want to kind of know, like, how is it? Because unless you have an engineer, which they love the data, you have to make sure you can go ahead and craft the narrative, craft the information to your client by using these tools. But it depends. You have garbage in, garbage out. So it's important if you can provide, because we have access to MLS information, a lot do not. If you add that, your data should be pretty good. And you can even say the AI, base it specifically just on this document, nothing else. And you can do that as well. So that way you know the data is also going to be pretty good because it comes from the MLS. All right. Okay, go on to number 3.
Excuse me, Tony, but number 2 was the receptionist that never sleeps.
Yes, we're going to the receptionist. I skipped over, sorry. So the receptionist that never sleeps, this one here, I get a lot of questions about the AI. So this one is called Smith AI. And this is a receptionist that you can have answer your phones. A lot of you will have just a voice message. Or you might use Google to find you, right? So instead, this one here is an online site where you can have a digital assistant, and it connects to your CRM. So the person, the AI system will answer the phone, and then it can say, okay, do you want to schedule time on so-and-so's schedule? And it will do that for you automatically. And this one out here is, let me go ahead and show it to you. We'll play it out here and see how it sounds.
Thank you for calling Hart & Sloan Injury Law. I'm
This
their
is the
AI
actual
receptionist. How may I help you?
Hi, I was recently in a car accident, so I need an attorney.
Thank you for sharing that. Can you tell me a little more about the situation?
Yeah, I was rear-ended at a red light. It was the other driver's fault.
I'm sorry to hear about your accident, but I'm glad you're reaching out for help. Let's gather some details to assist you further. Can I start by getting your full name?
Ashley Johnson.
Thank you, Ashley. What's the best phone number to reach you at?
It's 404-555-0199.
Could you also provide your email address?
It's Ashley_J15@gmail.com.
Could you tell me the county where the incident occurred?
So I'm going to ask this question. How many of you, when you get a voice message, put the person's name, phone number, and email in your CRM automatically? This will do it for you. So instead of having a voice message where then you would never really call them back, or you call them and you have, if you get on my phone, it's just nonstop. You can use this tool instead, which answers your phone professionally. Take the information, it's connected to your CRM, your contact relationship management system, either for Follow-Up Boss or whatever it is, and it will get the information there. So now you have who's ever called you on a sale or a listing, or they just called you up from any type of advertising you're doing. And this will do it for you automatically.
So go to smith.ai and you can get the service.
Yeah, it's available for, that's why I wanted to show it to you. So the pricing on it is, they have a free version. You try for free for 25 calls for no dollars, and then you start, and it gets a little pricey. $75 a month for $150 a month for 75 calls per month. Yeah, I'm going to show you more expensive, but this is what people want. The thing is that your CRM, your database is your lifeline. I've sold long enough that it's hard for us to do it. I've created these apps trying to make sure that we put leads in our CRM automatically. So this will do that for you and connect to your calendar and everything else. And this is ready to go. You can log into the site and do it today if you wanted to. And it's free, so you can try it out, see if you like it. Yes, ma'am.
How does it filter through all the spam calls?
That's a good question. Probably, they may want to try to get on your schedule. I do have some spammers that they're very aggressive, and they get on my schedule. I try to filter out, but it's gonna try to get them a meeting. So they're gonna probably leave a message. If they're smart, they're not gonna try to get on your calendar. But our spammer is really smart, so yeah. So they may try to do it. But what's nice about this is that you get the people, and you can try to maybe say if it's a spam call, don't do it. But this is just a nicer way to do it, because I'll get like the Google. A lot of times they'll try to find you, and then it goes a voice message. We've been doing this for such a while, is that voice message is fine, but you don't have to use voice message. You can have instead an AI attendant And just like someone that you would, just like an assistant who would take your phone calls live while they're there, get your information, put it into your database, schedule a time. So you could do that right now if you wanted to. Okay, that's a great question. All right. Next, I want to make sure I stay on topic because I'm jumping around a little bit. And we go to here. I have so many folders on my desktop. There we go. And this is the handout. All right, so we are 2. That's a receptionist. All right, so number 3. Who loves making phone calls? Just calling all day to get clients, like calling expireds. Kelly actually likes calling. Expireds, who loves doing all that? Yeah, everyone loves it? They do it every single day for like 4 hours a day, right? Oh, you do? How much would you pay to not do that? I'm just curious. Throw a number out. How much would you pay to not call? But you know you needed to do it, and it's going to generate you business, but how much would you pay a month? $2,500. Okay. All right, so this other one is called Structurally. This is a bigger site. It's expensive, but it does do that for you. This is what they use. Have you been getting those spam calls? And it sounds, it's getting to the point where I can't tell if it's real or not. And it is usually, if there's a pause, I can usually say, well, okay, they're either connecting or before the person starts talking, it's just getting harder and harder to tell if they're real or not real. And you'll ask them, and sometimes they'll lie. So no, I'm absolutely real. And other times they do not. So structurally, this is what the big houses use to call proactively. Now this is, you gotta be careful of this. You can't just get a phone list and just start calling. You're gonna get in trouble. But if you have clients that you want to contact or have permission to contact, they're not on the do not call list, this is one way to do it. And it will do it for you. It will actively call a list using AI to do so. And let's listen to how it sounds. It's pretty kind of cool music, huh? Hello.
Hi, this is Financial calling on a recorded line. I saw that you were interested in saving money on your mortgage or taking some cash out. Can you share your mortgage goals with me so we can assist you?
Yeah, I'm actually talking to somebody else about that right now, but what I'm interested in is a HELOC.
Perfect, we can help with that. We do have HELOC options or home equity lines of credit. Are you looking to take cash out as part of this?
Yes.
Great. Is your current loan an FHA or a VA loan?
None of the above. It's held by a private party.
Got it. Thanks for sharing that. What's your current monthly payment, approximately?
$1,100.
Thanks for that info. And what's your approximate credit score?
Up over 800.
That's great to hear. With a strong credit score like that, we can certainly help. The best next step is a quick live transfer to a loan officer who can walk through your options and numbers in real time. Are you ready for me to connect you now?
You know what? I'm at work right now, and I've kind of got to keep going here. So if you guys can call me back this afternoon, that'd be great.
No problem. I can schedule a call back for this afternoon. What time works best for you?
So who's blown away by that? Amazing, isn't it? Awesome. This is expensive. I'm going to tell you what the price is. But this is what the big houses are using. Instead of getting dialers inside, they're using this system. Then they have, instead of them making the cold call, they have the internal salesperson take those calls, like a live transfer, which are the best ones. You pay extra for that, right? I mean, how many of you have paid through Zillow or through other systems just to get these live calls? So you probably have paid a lot over if you've been in real estate for quite a while, and this will do this for you automatically. So this is a nice system. Now the thing with this is that the pricing on it is a little bit above there, so I'm going to tell you what the pricing is on. This one is starting out just to get it up and going. It's about $2,500 for setup, and then for a team up to 2 to 10, it's $500 a month. And then they're going to charge you per minute. It's a toll call, use the AI. And depending upon how what AI used, and you have to get it all prompted. It's not like an easy setup, but it's pretty. This is what the big houses. These are what the firms are using to call out now, rather than going offshore. This is way cheaper for them to do it, and this is today. So you could go ahead and talk to this company if you have the funds to do so, and you could dial into your heart's content. They have the list, and this will take totally care of that. And it sounds really good. They even have it sounds like it's in a, they'll have the background music sound, like if someone's calling from a call center. It's crazy how sophisticated these systems are. And they're going to get better. Thoughts? Creepy? Yes, ma'am.
If you ask them, is this a real person?
Oh, okay. You asked a real person. So I was saying that I programmed it. I have it reply back that it's fake. It's not a real person. I'm AI. Some do not, and you can kind of tell, but it's getting harder and harder. You should be honest about it. The thing is that there's some people, and depending upon the generations, I've seen studies where the younger people, they prefer speaking to a machine because they're always on the technology. And that's one thing you have to think about in our business is that when I do marketing, I can do everything technical. I still mail postcards because old people are the ones that have the houses right now, the boomers, right? So, and then also in our area, a lot of the boomers are not allowed to do social media because they're either in top secret or whatnot. So even though I do a lot of social media, I still know that you have to do postcards, you still have to call. So depending upon who your client is or where your target, you just want to be aware of that. So the younger people, answer your question, they like the technology. I have young people here. Kaylee, you like the?
I'm opposite.
You like talking to people?
Yeah. If I get I'm like, connect me to a representative. Like I'll say it over and over.
All right. So you have an old soul, is what I'm hearing. You're younger, so tell me what you prefer. Be honest. You like talking to a person or to a machine? Oh, you're not young. You're old and young at heart. I'm just looking at her. Yes. What would you prefer?
Me?
Yes.
A person as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Maybe everything I'm reading is all wrong.
I prefer the machine
You prefer a machine.
until it gets escalated to a point where you need.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, if I'm calling for facts or just hard numbers, I'm okay with prompting with AI.
Right.
But if I need something that needs a human interaction and some flexibility in where I need to go, then I definitely want a person.
Yeah, and I know our business, we have to like people, right? We're more people focused, so that might be kind of the skew. But so I'm just curious, Kay, like your friends, do they like talking to people or are on the machines all the time?
I feel like I'm thinking recently now to like a one call where I felt it was very streamlined, almost like what you just showed, the comparison, which means probably like the pricing of the more expensive version of it. I feel like that, I feel like I came across something and it set up an appointment,
Right.
And it was not a real person.
Yeah.
That to me, it was very streamlined. Oh, what date? What's your information? Okay, your date is set and your appointment is for this day.
Yeah.
That I was like, oh, that was so easy. Cool, I like that. But I think if it's not that and it seems like almost like a little outdated or like I'm not getting the info or what I need fast enough, I guess.
Okay.
Then I want a person.
All right. Well, that's a good thing.
Too many stupid people.
All right. That's for your input. Okay, so moving on, number 4, Lofty Sales. Who's used Lofty as a CRM? Yeah. So this is for real estate. They have a whole system. What's nice about Lofty is that it's a contact relationship manager. They have a whole AI sales agent that will respond to text. They'll send text. It creates a website, which is IDX enabled, meaning you can search for listings, and you put your entire database in there. You can do Facebook campaigns, and it does everything for you. So this is a link to Lofty, and it's it's a competitor to Follow Up Boss, but this one here is not too bad, and it does everything for what you need to get done.
And it's not owned by Zillow.
It's not owned by Zillow, no. So, and no one has used Lofty. Has anyone heard of Lofty? Yeah?
I was on their website.
You were on the website?
Yesterday.
Okay. Oh, you were?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really a full-blown agent yet, so I didn't use it, but I did go to their website.
Okay. Oh, good. Yeah, so the so Lofty is one of the ones that are out there, so you need a contact system. But what's nice about this one is it does your website. It has an AI system. You have to pay for it, but it will do all the contacts, the qualifications, the spam, that type of stuff. So if you have, we did have Lofty for a while, and it was okay. It was okay. All right. Next one is for photos into listing videos. This one I just found on the web, and it was recommended. They wanted to charge me, so I didn't buy it, but I wanted to show it to you. It's called Real E, and what this will do is you can customize your branding, and then it allows you to take multiple photos and it'll create videos for you. Again, you don't want to, if you're spending any time kind of creating things, unless you're a creator, which I perfectly respect that, but really your job should be selling and doing what is, for revenue generating. This is not revenue generating, but you can have someone, like a lot of times you'll pay a photographer to do it, so instead of this, you can get the pictures from the photographer, use this, and it will create you a nice video that's fully branded on that, which is, it didn't look, so you can see here it's branded overlays, you have your contact cards, and I just dropped a few of the pictures, and it created a quick little video for me, and it's not that expensive to do it, but these kind of tools are out there. It's called Real E. I'm sure no one's used this one. This is kind of out there. All right, now page 2. Predict who will sell. Who remembers Top Producer? They're still around, believe it or not. I was blown away by that. So Top Producer, I've been selling, how long have you been selling real estate, Courtney?
It's 40 years ago.
Who can beat 40 years of selling real estate? Hands up? Really? Yes, sir. How long?
Started in 1980.
Really?
He's got me beat.
You got you beat? Okay. That's impressive. You got some old timers. Do you remember Top Producer? Yeah. Did you use Top Producer? Did you like Top Producer?
Years back.
I liked it then, 2005, I believe, or 2000.
They were the only game in town. They were early. They were like the game for contacts. And then all of a sudden they got really expensive, and there's a few things out there. So Top Producer is out, and they've added, again, this I want to give you an example of it. So a lot of the applications you're going to be using have AI, or you can get AI, purchase it. They have a whole thing called smart targeting for real estate farming with AI. And I'm sure a lot of you did. So what it does is it will get you a farm list, and it'll use AI to analyze it, say who's likely to sell. We see these all the time with our title reps. This is like another additional feature. But what's nice about it is that it does the information, then it pulls into define your farm area, and then it pulls into a contact, and then you can purchase Facebook marketing, multimedia marketing. And it's old school, so it's going to probably have the postcards that are necessary for the older generation. But it does everything there. So I was really surprised that this is around. It hasn't gone away. And if you're looking for another tool to kind of automate it instead of trying to figure it out, because how many people have requested this from their title reps, the list? Do you do anything with it? What did you do with it?
Postcards.
Postcards. And then was it like a whole year, or just like one-offs?
Like every other month.
That's good. That's great. That's consistency. Consistency is like the reason. It's how you're successful in the business. So I commend you for doing that. A lot of people don't do that. We'll get the list, me included, and it's there, and I never do anything with it. So this is another way to kind of automate it, so I don't have to worry about it. So Top Producer. Any questions so far? No? All right.
Does it build postcards for you by chance?
I believe it does. I haven't used it. It's old enough, because a lot of times what they'll do is they'll connect it to like Wise Agent or other types of services. They usually go and they spin off to it. I'm not sure if it does the mailing itself, but I'm pretty sure it connects to it. Like Lofty will connect to certain things, because there are a lot of different vendors out there. It takes a list and you can purchase it. It's going to be additional cost though to mail it out and that kind of thing. All right, so number 7, endless MLS powered marketing. This is a great one. Who has used RPR? Who uses their marketing in RPR? Flyers. Yeah, the flyers are great. So we get RPR, and this is a free service, although we pay for our dues. So I wanted to get you something that you can use today that, so you won't get mad at me. I'm throwing like $5,000 stuff at you. So RPR, we were actually here at the board, and it showed us an RPR item. So when you log into RPR, because it's part of our NAR dues, we have access to MLS information across the nation, both commercial and residential. Now, commercials, they don't include CoStar, but it has whatever commercial information in there, so usually the smaller items that are represented by agents. You're commercial, right? I'm saying? Assuming? Okay, you do both. Okay. So here I'm in RPR, and everyone kind of remembers this. Now the thing is they kind of hide it a little bit. So if you really want to know where it's at, you go to marketing, right? And I'm logged in. The way you get to RPR, everyone has access to just go to the MLS, and it has a single sign-on. You go through there, and also I have a nice little app. And I'll go, okay, Residential Market Trends AI Scriptwriter, and I'll click that. So now I'm in the market trend area. So I'm going to say, all right, let's go ahead, and you can go by county, city, zip, or neighborhood. So I'm going to let's do South Redondo, 90277. And it finds it here, Redondo Beach, and I did a quick report. And this is pulling from the MLS too, so kind of back to the same question, like what's good content? You can use this as well to help get your market report. So it's telling here, okay, key details is a seller's market, about 2.92 months of housing inventory, overall 2.82, so it's gone up a little bit. Sold the list price 99.3, 19 days RPR, median sold price $1.8 million. Nice sales price, right? So now what you do here is you do the search, and this is where I'm going to show you where you can get endless content. There is no reason why you shouldn't be posting every day for free. I'm going to show this to you. You're going to just knock your shoes off. So you go here, you click on AI Scriptwriter, and this little dialog box will pop up. And here it provides an AI scriptwriter for you, again, part of your dues, and it'll do articles, social media cards, and if you're on your phone, you can just click it and it will post it automatically to your device if you wanted to. Video script, and it does, you can say, okay, my audience is going to be first-time home buyers, move-up buyers, buyers and sellers, luxury home sellers, downsizing sellers, distressed sellers, investors. And if I want to create a social video, I say, okay, I'm going to create a social video because, again, I'm a TikTok star, so I have to make sure I feed my audience. And I am not a TikTok star. I just bring it up all the time. And then here's my video. I can do a market snapshot. It does a text conversation, which is kind of cool. And I did that once or twice. And then you could pick, again, for TikTok, Instagram, 9x16, 16x9, 1x1. Different colors. I can include some music. It only has really 3 weird music, which is not playing. And then create the text conversation video. And it's now going to render. And because it has my information already, my branding, my name, everything there, it's going to just do it. So while it's doing that, I did a few already, and we're not going to be able to hear it, but it's better than having that static in our ears. So this is some of the RPR marketing they created. So they created this video for me. This has video, or sound. This is my market minute. Again, I just hit a few buttons like I showed you. And it did it automatically. How many zip codes are in our area? A lot. How many cities? A lot. Neighborhoods? A lot. You could do this every single day if you really wanted to. And you just click it and do it. I don't know if you can automate it. I've tried. But once a week, instead of going and doom scrolling on Facebook or Instagram, wouldn't it be better spent doing this instead and posting to your channels? Just a thought. But doesn't that look good? Yeah, so it's a little bit hidden. Again, let me see if my video came up first. Here's my video. So let me show this video real quick first. So this is the video that created the text video. And it does like a text thing. It says, hi, I've been looking at homes down the beach. What's the market like right now? And I'm replying, great question. The median sold price is $1.8 million, up 10% last month. Interesting, how fast are homes selling? Me replying, median days on market, 19. The sold list ratio, 99.3. What about inventory levels? And it goes there, 2.92. So it kind of mimics a text exchange, and people actually like reading these or seeing these things because they feel like they're looking into your text and seeing what's going to happen. So this is a really quick video. Now to answer your question, you go to RPR, and then it's going to be, sorry, minimize that a little bit. So you log in and you have to do a marketing report. It's just under marketing, Residential Market Trends AI Scriptwriter. It takes you to the market search where you can print too. I was printing stuff and I include PDF documents for my clients. So I use this all the time when I do presentations, CMAs, or what's up with the market. And again, this is everywhere. What about Boston?
After AI script, where do you go?
After AI script, I just pulled in Boston, Massachusetts, because my wife is a masshole, a proud masshole. And here's Boston, it's 5.97 months of inventory. 1.1. That's interesting. So that's the whole city of Boston now. And then once you have to search for something first. And once you search for it, then you click that little button. So they have it kind of called out here. Click AI Scriptwriter to open the AI Market Trends Scriptwriter. And I click that button. The dialog box will appear. And now I can create PowerPoint presentations. I can do a social media card. And again, RPR is on your phone. So if you have the app, because your phone already has your Facebook, your Instagram, everything else on there, you could just click it and then just post it. So instead of doing the doom scrolling, you can take some time and make some money. What do you think of this one? Good?
Love it.
All right, good. Whew, you guys are giving me no feedback. I want to make sure it's all good. All right, I'm going to give you some bonuses. We got 5 minutes. Any last questions on this before I move on? All right, so now you get all this content. People don't like to be on video. I love being on video. I don't know if you can tell or not. So, but some people like the faceless videos, right? And there's a great site called Blotato. Now, if anybody knows this, I'm going to be floored. Anyone knows Blotato? No? Okay. So Blotato is one of my favorite sites. And on Blotato, you're able to create videos by just, it'll give it a script. It'll create Facebook carousels. I create all these videos here, and you can't hear it, but I did an HOA video. I had an article. What I've learned is that people don't read. They love videos. So if I write something, I always do a video on it. And sometimes I don't have a chance to do it. I'll just do a faceless video, and I use this to create the video. And what's nice, it'll do 16 by 9, 9 by 16. Again, TikTok versus Instagram. I have YouTube. I have everything on there. Now, you're probably wondering yourself, how in the world can I post all this stuff up there? Blotato does it for you. This is what's amazing about Blotato. So you create the content with Blotato. It does it all there. In fact, you don't even have to give it. It does B-roll. It has AI. You can do the script, the music. It'll do it all there for you. And then it has a cool feature where then it will publish your posts. So I can publish it, and these are ones that are in the pipeline right now, a year in advance. I have all my holiday things going out on my social media already. And what it also does is it connects to all of my accounts. These are all my accounts I have, by the way. These are all my social accounts. Like I said, I'm a creator. You can tell. So these are all the accounts. You can actually put this in there, and it will say, okay, and it will do different variations to LinkedIn, to Instagram, to Facebook, to YouTube Shorts, YouTube. This is how I get everything sent out there, is using Blotato. Yes, ma'am?
How much does this one cost?
It's not too expensive. I got the brand so my wife's here, so don't listen to this. I have the more expensive one. I believe it's like $20, $30 a month for the entry version, which is most of the time, which is good. I have like a higher version because I do so much work on it. And you do use credits to create the videos.
How much?
I'm not going to tell you.
Oh.
It's making us money. That's all you need to know. All right. Okay, so Blotato. So the last one I'm going to show you is something that is a gift to you. And this is Sales Gamify. My wife and I, again, we've had coaches. We spend thousands of dollars a month to have people tell us what to do, which we don't do sometimes, and we do it. And the consistent theme was, okay, what have you been doing today? What was your revenue generating activity? And we would get these spreadsheets. The spreadsheet was great, but who's going to fill out a spreadsheet, right? It's like, okay, I made this phone call, I did this event, that type of thing. So because I've gotten empowered with being able to program now, I use Claude Code, and I created this site called Sales Gamify. And Sales Gamify, if you want, you can sign up for a free 7-day trial. If you like it, let me know, and I'll give you a free year. Just text me or just email me. And what it does is it's all web-enabled. It's in the Apple Store. I'm going to have it released here shortly. Apple's really hard to work with, by the way. But it's going to be in the Apple Store. I've already tested it nationwide. It's pretty good, and it just I'll show it to you how it looks. But when I ask, like, okay, what did you do today? A lot of times we don't know what we did today, right? We felt busy, but did we do any revenue generating activity? So this one is the Sales Gamify. I didn't put it in there. And it logs in and says, okay, today, and it's based upon my Great Dane Beowulf. He is the mascot for the app, and it tells me if I had a good day. So far, my goal is to get 80 points of revenue generating activity each and every day. If I do that, I'm good for the quarter. I know I'm going to have. So I've been pretty consistent. I've been getting close to it. So I'm really tired because it feels like I'm working all the time. But I'm out there socializing. I'm doing what's supposed to get me business. And the logging activity is what I'm actually should do. And like social posts, you get points for that. When you actually talk to other agents, doing contracts, and it does what's frequent. It has AI built in. Everything has AI. You can talk to it, and it'll do your points for you. Phone call conversations, lead generation, referral given or received, add client to a CRM. You get 20 points for that because it's important to add your clients to your CRM. Marketing, appointments. And then what's cool about it is that we have a leaderboard. And the leaderboard, I have it just for my brokerage, shows that I'm number 1 right now. I have the gold bone. Kaylee's number 2. She's ahead of Courtney right now. Good job, Kaylee. And then we also have a national too. So I've had this sent out to other brokerages nationwide just to test it. It's interesting. Agents will use it for like a month and then they stop using it. And so it's just as a tool. We use it consistently because that's how I just want to know if I had a good day or not. And the treat, if you hit your goal for the day, Beowulf will howl for you. And it's a very pathetic howl because if you've heard a Great Dane howl, it's very pathetic. But that's my gift to all of you for you to use it. I use it in our business and in our brokerage, and it's something that I wanted, and I didn't see it out there, so I just made it. And now it's on the Apple Store, and it's been tested, and it's amazing. It's amazing what you can create. Okay, so, wow, this is 11 a.m. You believe that? Right on the dot. So before we end, any questions? All right. Oh, yes, sir. Go ahead.
Well, what all social medias are you using?
Oh, what social medias am I on?
Which ones are producing more?
Go where the old people are at. You're looking for listings or for sales?
Typically,
Listings. Where do old people go? It's Facebook. Potentially YouTube, but mostly Facebook. I usually, I'll go where my sons don't go, and they're young. So they stay on Instagram, and they were doing Snapchat. They're not doing that so much. They're in their late 20s. But they stay in Instagram. Instagram's a younger group, so I don't go there. TikTok's younger. But if I want to get where the old people are at, they go on Facebook. You'll see Facebook is the main thing. So I've spent a lot of time on Facebook, and you can be a creeper on Facebook. You can take lists, and you can have your ads show to your clients. So that your clients think you're spending a ton of money in advertising, but you're not, because you just provided their email address and you're doing targeted ads on them using Facebook marketing. That's how I would do it for Facebook marketing. LinkedIn, oh, that's great. So LinkedIn, so it's for professionals. So agents don't use LinkedIn all that much. I don't know why. Because I deal with a lot of professionals. I deal with a lot of attorneys because I do multifamily, property management, HOA management. I tend to deal with a lot of professionals. And I'm also part of a group called Provisors, which is you have to be let in. You spend a good sum of money each year, and it's all other professionals. So for me, LinkedIn is great. I use it LinkedIn to get referrals, to confirm my expertise, both AI and also technology, and I post quite a bit there. I find it a great source because most of our clients tend to be executives because you have to have a good job to afford houses around here. So I do like LinkedIn. But the thing is, you can't do the Facebook stuff on LinkedIn. You can't do the emojis. It's a different speed. And agents have a really hard time because they're very social and they're all bubbly and all this stuff. It does not work in LinkedIn. So you have to have a different type of marketing for that. So I like LinkedIn. Yes, ma'am.
I had a question mostly on there.
Great question. So should you make a Facebook page or a profile? In order to advertise, you need a Facebook page. So you have to have a Facebook page. And it's one more thing to do. So on Blotato, it connects to your Facebook page. So if you want to boost or actually advertise your Facebook, you need to have that page. And I also of the mindset that you shouldn't put all of your eggs in just social. So if you have posts, it should live on your own website. So what I'm doing is that whatever I post on social, I have it post or link back to my site. So I have my source site. I encourage all of you to make sure you have your own URL, your name. It's usually what you want to do. And you create a website on that. And that website is who you are, what you do, and then your news and updates and posts. And then you have it go back and link back to your different sites. So your Facebook, because Facebook would love if you spent all your time and effort to build the page on it, then they'll change the algorithm, and then you're done. So you want to make sure that you're not just putting all your eggs in one basket, but rather you're putting your eggs smart and keeping something you control, which is your own URL, and you make sure it's easy to do. Go GoDaddy, it's like $15 a year. And I right now I think I have 70 emails or 70 URLs that I'll just randomly say, okay, this is cool. We'll just go ahead and do this URL, and I just reserve it, use it. If I don't use it, then I let it go. But you do need to have a Facebook page.
And one for the business and one for the personal?
So personal or business. So with real estate, it's different because that's the thing. You have a personal one you can't advertise in your personal Facebook. So I have my personal Facebook where I'll periodically send some things. I'm not an overshare. I'm kind of a lurker. I'll lurk. But I do that because my clients tend to post a lot about their lives. But I'm actually able to, whenever I see them, hey, you sound like you had a great trip, or saw you did this or did that. So it's really good for me because it keeps me kind of tuned in when I'm not with them all the time, and they tend to post. So the personal stuff, I usually just kind of review, and I'll do some I keep it personal. I might put in a little bit of real estate in it, but on the Facebook page is where I put all my real estate stuff on there, all my posts, I boost the posts, that kind of thing. Good questions. It's social media is also kind of changing. One thing if you want to be ahead of it, you can buy advertising on ChatGPT. So if you wanted it, because the free version, it's ad sponsored. So it's expensive, but if I have ChatGPT as my search engine, and if you search for it, you can search what are the real estate agents in the area. You can purchase it. So you can buy ads on ChatGPT now. And Claude's going to go public. Can you guess how much Claude's going to go public in October for? Anyone guess? $2 trillion is what they're going to look at. $2 trillion. SpaceX was like 1.7, 1.8. This is going to be $2 trillion. This is how, and this is why I'm glad you're all here, because this is not going away. It's going to be in our lives. It is in our lives. And it's interesting how a lot of people don't know about it. I talk to lots of people. And really like people in like big companies that really should know all this stuff. And I'm surprised when I bring up these things. I just assume everyone knows, and they don't. And it's just like, wow. Maybe I'm just in a fire hose, but it's crazy. It changes a lot too, because I've been around a long time. Not as long as you, sir, but I've been around a long time. And I've seen things change quite a bit. I mean, MLS books, that was a thing. And it was crazy when I went through that. All right, any other questions? Yes, ma'am.
All of this?
Oh, one more question here, sorry. Go ahead.
Which site did you use to make your app?
Oh, so the way I use is Claude Code. And I have, so there was a learning curve. It's interesting because I've been doing this like every night, doing AI at the evening. I'm downstairs in my office and I'm just talking nonstop. I talk to my AI too, by the way. I don't type. I encourage you to talk to it. Don't care about what you say, it really knows what you're saying. So I use a lot of talk typing, that kind of thing. But Claude Code is one thing. Also, OpenAI has a thing called, they have Codex, which is built in too. So if you have an OpenAI subscription, you already have a coder. It's called Codex. And then Claude Code is kind of the darling that's out there, and there's like Cursor through Grok. But what's really cool is that I needed an application on my MacBook, and I just told Claude Code, I want this utility app, and it just created it for me. And now I have a custom application on my laptop to do the one thing I want, which is to take an image, a JPEG image, or it's a HEIC, HEIC from the Apple, and immediately convert it to JPEG. I hit one button and it does it automatically. And added it as a right menu command on my Apple. It's just for me because I do so much of it, and it created it for me. I didn't have to buy it. It just made the code, did the Python. Have no idea what it's doing, which is bad. So you have to make sure it's all locked down. But I know enough that okay, this is not too dangerous to do because it's my own system. But just be aware of it, and don't open your computer. Keep your banking and financial all in a box. Don't give it to AI. Don't trust it. Oh, one other thing too on AI. As real estate agents, we're not allowed to put. You remember the document that you all sign or have your clients sign that say we're not going to provide your information to any like public services? This includes AI. So you are not allowed to put any of that information in AI, any financial information and personal information in there. So don't do it, and it does save it. So it saves it for about some systems like 30 or 90 days. but it can be found if you get subpoenaed, and they will find it. So you're not allowed to use it, so don't put it in there. Unless you have an on-premises local AI, which I have, and it doesn't leave my computer. It stays on my computer. And that's how I do my searches for financial stuff when I need to take a look at certain things. Yes, ma'am.
You were saying that you used to use structurally.com, but now you use retail something?
Oh, so retail is another way to do voice if you're a developer.
Just retail.com?
Yeah, retail.ai. Just look for retail. Are you a developer?
No, I was just writing that note.
Okay, yeah, it's crazy developer stuff. So you probably, the structurally thing is more expensive, but you can just buy it if you have the money. Retail, if you want to learn it, you can, but it's made for developers.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's how I did it. I didn't, because I don't like to pay money.
And you said something about the microphone. What was that again? I was writing it down as well.
Oh, this device,
Uh-huh.
the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. It's used by YouTube creators, and that's how I record all my thing. This is all going to be, I'm going to take this and drop it into Opus Clips. It's going to take the videos, I'm going to send it out to my TikTok fans, and they'll talk about how big my head is again. And I don't reply to any of the comments because they're all mean. Some of them are good. It just wastes time, but they do like my content. And I'll put it on YouTube, that type of thing. And it just goes from there.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Any other last questions? I appreciate all your time. You come up afterwards. Thank you so much.